Shout out to therapy, because the first time that I got like sad or like real depressed and down after having like gone through therapy and like overcoming it, working through it, I was like, what was the purpose of all this? Why did we go through all of this hard work? Why was I like doing any of this if it's just gonna come back? And she's like, but don't you like handle it better now? And I'm like, you know what, I do. And I'm like, okay. I
see it
see.
now.
I see. But yeah. So that's where we're at, getting tested in it, like just being like, it's a test, cool. This gonna suck for a second. Maybe alright. I feel like I'm climbing the pendulum.
Climbing the pendulum. I think that is
Yes.
the thing.
I've definitely
In the
moved
process
up.
of climbing the pendulum, what have we been up to? So, like, what's your therapy moment?
I feel like I just had it. Like,
You did.
climb the pendulum. Like,
yeah.
the highs
and
and
circles you're talking about too.
Yes, I was gonna say I feel like those are the same concepts.
Yeah.
Like the higher. Wait, let me describe this pendulum thing just in case no one knows what we're talking about.
You have the book?
I don't. You have the book.
Oh, go ahead and describe it. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the quote from the book.
I was gonna try to like.
Go ahead.
Okay, so if you're at the bottom of the pendulum, when you swing from one end to the other, like one end's the lows and one end's the highs, like you really feel that. And your highs are higher, which is nice, but then you're going to swing back to the other end and your lows are going to be lower. But as you climb up higher on the pendulum, you don't swing back and forth as much. So your highs aren't too high and your lows aren't too low. And I really feel like how you climb the pendulum is by being present in the moment, like not having expectations, like accepting things as they are, not how you think they should be. And yeah, that's what I'll be trying to work on. What's that quote that I had as my screensaver? It was like, choose this moment. No. Act as if you had chose this moment. Do you remember?
Oh, it was basically that. Pretend like you chose this month, something like that. I used to have it saved on my phone after you said it, and we might have posted it. Okay, so I'm about to read this real quick.
Okay.
This is from Everything You Need You Have, How to Be at Home with Yourself. So this is going to be my therapy moment to share. When in a moment of desperation, I remembered the pendulum. I had been using the pendulum as a therapeutic tool for myself for years. I had also introduced it to hundreds of people as a means of gaining awareness and promoting balance. It was only now, though, that I began to grasp its other hidden dimension. Lying there in that hospital room, I put all my faith in it, diligently observing my mind cling to the bob as it swung chaotically back and forth from high to low, low to high, and doing all I could to steer my mind way back to the center and the calm. It felt impossible to land, and so eventually I gave up and surrendered to the interminable swing, whatever, the rhythm of my mind. With the image of my broken mind and body clinging to the base of the pendulum, it dawned on me that if I wanted to escape the pain I was in, the only way out was up. That if I started to climb the pendulum shaft, I would naturally move away from the extreme dramatic swings at the base and eventually reach the stillness at the top. It was suddenly so obvious. The further up the pendulum shaft you go, the fewer the swings you feel. And that's what we be talking about when we talk about the pendulum swing.
Yes. And the quote I was trying to find was, whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Always work with it, not against it. And girl, that's what I be trying to do these days. I remember when I first found that quote, it was more like to get through the moment, but like I really hadn't accepted that. I was still
Yeah.
like, whatever, I'm at. But now I'm like, nah, let's embrace that.
So the question, I guess, is how do you start moving further up the pendulum? Like, what do you need to start moving further up the pendulum?
In a practical sense, like actual actions I need to be taking is like meditating. So that like I can catch like this is nice reflecting, but I need to be more aware in the moment. And the easiest way to do that for me is just meditating because like it really do be creating that space and like that split second before you lose it, like either to sadness, anger, whatever feeling, you like,
Take
okay,
a breath.
okay, yeah. And right now I don't
Mm.
have that.
I'd say mine is meditating and asking for what I want. I think I sit back on what I want a lot to try to be like less Marasia to people. Like, well, I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I don't want to come on too strong. But like, if that's who I am and that's who I was created to be, like, I just need to let it flow. And I
Mm,
think the more that I ask for what I want, the more my life looks like what I desire, which is ultimately peace. Like, so yeah.
mm. Okay. I have lots of questions about that, but we can save that for next
Tell
week.
me what questions you got.
My questions are, what do you want? But not in like, tell me like, oh, what are the things you want? But like, when are you not asking for what you want?
Most of the time, I'm just accepting what it is, and like, it's not bad, so it's good. And it's like, yeah, but is it what you want? Like work is a perfect example. I don't hate my job. It's not a bad job, but is it what I want? And the
Okay.
answer is no. So like I'm trying to start going more with the definitive answers. What's your answer quick? Yes or no? And if it's no, it's like, okay, well that's something we need to start shifting.
Okay.
Um,
And you had said something else about that. Oh, being too much. Does that part relate to like work, or that's just like with relationships or something?
I mean, it could relate to work. I think I just don't want to be like the one that everybody depends on at work. So like there are things I sit back on just because I don't want the responsibility. But in general, it's more dealing with people and how I show up. Because I am pretty strong minded. When I'm fully there, I have a lot of opinions. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of ideas. And I'm pretty sure about my ideas when I present them. Like, it's not a, well, I was thinking, and that's how I present them. It's like, no, I think we
Mm.
should do this. This is what I want to do. Um, so I'm not as assertive as I naturally am. So, like, interacting with my friends and stuff over, like, just regular stuff, I'm pretty assertive. Like, no, but like when I'm in different positions, no, because sometimes with my friends I'm passive. Not with you. I'm very like, no, I don't want to do
Oh
that.
yeah. And see, that's why I'd be like,
Uh,
I don't know that, Marisha.
no, with a lot of people, I'm very much like go with the flow because it saves me the energy of like the pushback. But I usually like if I say I don't know, I usually know. I'm just trying to keep the peace or like, okay, I don't want to seem too bossy. But there are people I could care less about. Is that the cat
Hmm.
tail in your eye? That's
Yes.
funny. Anyway, that's my moment.
Okay.
Well, that was great. That was a good catch up. It's been a while since we've talked to y'all. So, in this new kickoff with our new website, we wanted to come in and say hello and, see what's going on. And we do have some exciting productions coming, but right now it's about like just having a conversation and connecting. You're being
I
really
mean,
dramatic with this cat's tail.
girl, he keep hitting me in the eye.
So,
We are
yeah.
just trying to be in the moment, okay? Accepting life as it is, but still asking for what we want. Okay.
Wow. Okay. All right. We're gonna close it on that note. We
So
shall
number
talk soon.
2, drink your tea. I don't remember the rest of it. Drink your tea, be in the moment. Bye.
We'll go with that.